you want to go to the Alignment tab. When you get to the Alignment tab, over on the right-hand side, you see it says Orientation, and then it says Text. Underneath of those two pictures, you see it says blank degrees. You want to type in 90 degrees in this case. So if you type in 90 degrees, it will slant your text the way that I have it up here on the screen. So type in 90, hit OK, and now you should have the same formatting to the side. A vertical format. Did that work for everyone? That's how you change your vertical formatting. So that should also be bolded. So to repeat that for those who didn't catch it, it's highlight the cells, format cells, go to the Alignment tab. All the way over on the Alignment tab, you see it says Orientation. 90 degrees is what you want to type in underneath of the two pictures of text. Type in 90, 90, and that is going to give you a horizontal format. Once you type that in, you should see under Orientation, it will show you which way the text will be facing. That gives you a good idea of what the text will look like before you actually hit OK. So in this case, type 90, hit OK, and now your format is slanted. Okay, so that's the other thing with formatting. The other thing I want to show you guys before we leave today, because we're running out of time here, is how I did the functions. So we have average rating, percent rating, and satisfaction rate. In cell Q12, that should be, if everything's lined up correctly, I think you guys all did this correctly, it should be right under average rating and right next to the first question where the student answered the syllabus clearly says what I will learn in this course. Under average rating, you want the average of everybody who answered that question. So in this case, your average rating, the way you want to figure out averages in Excel, so we've gone over this before, you guys probably remember how to do this. If you type in equals, so an equal sign, and then start typing in the word average, and you should see it hovering underneath. So once you see it hovering underneath, you see how it says average hovering underneath of mine? Double click on that. So once you double click on that, it now looks like this. And it's giving you hints underneath of what you should be writing in here. So it says average, and then it says number, and then there's a comma, and then it says number. So in this case, what we want to have is you want to highlight rows E12 all the way to P12. So if it's all lined up correctly, E12 to P12, so that's everybody who answered the question. The syllabus clearly says what I will learn in this course. Highlight that, you'll see a little chaser light around those if you've highlighted it properly. Once you've highlighted that, it should be, if you hit enter at this point, so hit enter and it should be calculating it. And if you actually have a number in there, you know you did it properly. So the next thing you want to do is make sure you change your formatting on these. So it's 2 decimal places. So remember, if your formatting isn't already defaulted there, if you right click on format and then hit format cells, go to the tab that says number, and then make sure the category you chose was number. Under number, you want to make sure you have 2 decimal places. So under number, you should have 2 decimal places. Hit OK. And then the next thing you can do at this point is actually copy this into the cells underneath of it. So if I copy, so I can hit Control C or right click copy. Now I'm going to paste this into the 4 cells underneath of it. So I'm going to highlight cells Q13 through Q17. So highlight Q13 through Q17. You want to right click after you've highlighted, so make sure that your cursor is in the middle of the cell. Right click, and then you want to just do a normal paste. So the paste option that's all the way to the left, it looks like a bunch of lines on a little tiny piece of paper, a very tiny piece of paper. If you click on that, it will it will actually paste all that in there. The problem you're going to have now is your formatting has changed for your bottom one. You now are missing your blue. You want to go back and, let's see what they're giving me. They're giving me an error here because I changed this around again. I'm going to say ignore error. They think I've made an error, but the only thing I want to change on here is actually my formatting again. So I'm going to go back to my blue. Blue and white is what I want to do. So I'm going to go back and change that to my blue and white. And then I'm going to change this back to white. So go back and change your formatting. So now you've got your averages. If you did it correctly, you should have numbers in here. Did anyone have any trouble with copying that formula? Your last one isn't showing. Do you have numbers down? Oh, this is the problem. So here, starting in cell A17, all the way to P17, those are what are they? Average totals is what they are. So what you want to do here is also put the averages in, and then you'll actually get something in Q17. So this is also averages. What you want to do is type in =, average. And then you're taking the averages above this line. So when you select your actual averages, you want to select the ones from E12 all the way to E16. So if you type in average, parenthesis, E12, colon, E17, parentheses, that is what you're highlighting. So you can highlight it by hand or you can type it in. The nice thing with Excel is if you already know what you want to highlight, you can just type it in by hand. It saves you a little bit of time. Once you get really good at it, you'll save a lot of time when you start to do that. If you don't remember what to do, you can go ahead and just do it the way that I showed you before, and you know you didn't make a mistake that way.